So you're thinking about moving to northern Colorado. Congrats, it's awesome. But there's so many towns to choose from. So you've got Fort Collins, Loveland, Windsor, Greeley, Severance, other small towns. How do you choose? Well, over the years, we've helped lots and lots of people move to northern Colorado, and we've realized that most people that land on Fort Collins as their choice city did so for specific reasons. Here are the top 7 reasons why people chose Fort Collins over other northern Colorado towns. The first reason why Fort Collins is the choice city for so many people is the obvious point of there's so much to do. It's really the hub of northern Colorado. There's multiple restaurants, breweries, music shows always going on, CSU sports events, you name it, there's things to do. I know lots of people who chose other towns in northern Colorado for their first home, and they found out after a couple of years, wow, every time we're doing something fun, we're just driving to Fort Collins all the time. So let's look for Fort Collins for our next home. The second reason people love Fort Collins is the bike and walkability. It's a super connected town. You know, the other towns in northern Colorado, they do have trails. There's lots of trails being developed, but nothing like Fort Collins. I mean, Fort Collins is always on the bikeability list, top 10 list every year in the United States. And it's just a nice flat city with beautiful trails all throughout, great bike lanes. So you can just run around on the bikes and have a good time. Third reason people like Fort Collins over some other northern Colorado towns is access to the outdoors, parks and recreation. The Foothills are right in our backyard. And you know, true, you've got that also in Loveland and Berthoud and some other towns, but they're just not as connected to the Foothills with trails and park systems like Fort Collins. So really within 15 minutes, you've got dozens of miles of trails, multiple parks. You've got Laurie State Park, Horsetooth Mountain Open Space, you know, the reservoir. You got Poudre River running right through town. The recreation and nature opportunities are kind of endless. Not to mention, you've also got the Poudre Canyon. You can just run right out of town and get out into nature quickly. Number 4, people like Fort Collins, and they've told us this time and time again over the years. They love the hip vibe. There's just things going on in Fort Collins that are not always going on in Loveland, Wellington, Greeley, and other towns. Fort Collins just has a vibe to it. It's a college town. There's lots of different types of people. Old Town, just to go walk around Old Town is a really fun activity. And it's just a really fun, progressive town where you got a lot of good energy going on. Number 5, people like Fort Collins because of the job opportunities. We've got an awesome, really strong local economy. And not to say that other northern Colorado towns don't have good economies or good job opportunities, but Fort Collins seems to have a really nice collection. Things from healthcare to tech, to ag, to working at CSU, just a really nice broad array of job opportunities that bring people to the area. And why not live in Fort Collins if you're working here? Number 6 reason why Fort Collins is kind of the age-old joke of like, it's Pleasantville here. You know, really clean city, low crime rates, and really good schools. It just kind of does feel like Pleasantville at times, and that's not a bad thing when you're looking for lifestyle for you and your family. Pretty cool to feel really comfortable and safe around people that do life the same way that you do it. So that's a big reason why people love Fort Collins. And finally, number 7 is that real estate in Fort Collins is an amazing investment. Again, all of northern Colorado traditionally has been a really strong investment for your money in real estate, but none better than Fort Collins. So if you were to choose where to invest your money in real estate in northern Colorado for the years to come, easily Fort Collins is the flagship. You're going to get the best return on your investment and have an asset worth owning for years to come. I'm Chris Mullenberg, founder of the Mullenberg team at eXp Realty. We've lived in Fort Collins as our choice city for the last 10 years. No regrets. We've also lived in other northern Colorado towns. Nothing holds a candle to Fort Collins. If you're considering moving to the region, we can give you a rundown on all the different communities and what it's like to actually live there. We've sold homes and have friends and clients in every community. So we can give you the behind the scenes, you know, what's life really like in each one of these towns. Just give us a follow, shoot us a note to get our guide on living in Fort Collins and all northern Colorado towns. We'll see you here.